Like the video and subscribe right now, or Monkey Doggo will duck your mom. Ready? 3, 2, 1. My son turns 5 at the end of this year, so I have to enroll him in school. The school has just told me I can't come and breastfeed him at recess and lunch. I don't know what to do. I feel like they're discriminating against me. On vacation. Our 11-year-old son is in the same room as us. We thought he was asleep, and he wasn't. We kept it quiet, and he didn't see anything. We knew he was awake when he said, "Guys, I'm awake." Dang. That's embarrassing. Can autism come from a baby falling off a bed a few times as an infant 5 to 8 months? Why would you give baby the opportunity to fall off the bed multiple times? Like if it happens once, maybe don't leave the baby on the bed. My husband and I are traveling overseas. We plan on flying business class and having our 2 toddlers in coach with the nanny. Has anyone ever done this? How did it go? Can I go back to coach area and be with the kids if they cry or need me? Please help. We have a friend whose 14 years old daughter is having a psychotic break. She doesn't recognize her mom. What oils? Oils are not going to stop a psychotic break. Just lost a friend to suicide earlier this year because she was having one and was an adult, so we couldn't force her to get help. Go to the doctor. I don't think it's weird. We have Shreks next to baby often while beefing. We side lay nurse. He is a baby and doesn't know what's going on. It's always from behind and baby is in front of me. Why not just wait until he is done? Sorry, that's ducking weird. Why would you not just wait until you finished feeding your baby? How are you enjoying yourself while feeding your baby? Weird. But why? Having Shreks while your baby is in the room and literally having Shreks when your child is on you feeding is ducking weird. I think you and your partner's needs can wait until child is fed. How can you even be in the mood while feeding your baby? Because we bed share and he uses me as a pacifier basically all night. This is a non-judgmental group. If you guys want drama, go elsewhere. I was bullied for choices I make as a parent. Bullying is not okay, ever. Because of people not being able to control themselves, the group will be paused until further notice. Anyone here think their child is younger than what they say? She just turned a year old. My husband and my mom have been saying for months she seems younger. She isn't crawling/walking, no top teeth. She just seems younger. She is super chunky though, 32 pounds. Picture of my sweet girl. This might be a reach, but my 3-year-old has always been obsessed with cars and is now into driving them. I'll let him drive down our dead-end street on my lap, but that's not enough for him, and it's obviously all I can let him do. Lol. Is there somewhere in the lower mainland you can take 3-year-olds to drive vehicles? Pic of my little drive. Lol. My 8-year-old son was my husband in several past lifetimes. This has been confirmed not only by him, since he remembers his past, but also by 2 mediums. He treats me with a love I've never known, cares for me when I'm sick, attends to and intuits my every need, leaves me love notes by my bed, talks about the devastation he felt when I died, carries my groceries, opens the door for me. The list goes on and on. Like you could never even imagine or even expect an adult partner to act that way. He chose to come into this life as transgender, born female, and he's aware that I'm here to help him navigate his upcoming challenges. He's always telling me how appreciative he is that he has such a strong protector. It's truly a very intense soul connection. Please hide my name. I met my husband when I was a few weeks pregnant. I seduced him and we did it raw. I pinned the pregnancy on him and he believed me. He believes our daughter was born prematurely. She's now 8 and very smart. My husband can move mountains for her. His love for her is out of this world. She goes to expensive schools and has everything she wants. Her biological father died when she was just 2 years old. My problem is the biological father's sister has been blackmailing me for the past 3 years. Her brother told her everything before he died. I pay her monthly to buy her silence. My problem now is she's becoming greedy. She says the price of food and transport has gone up and she wants an increase. I just can't afford to pay her more. I'm stressed like nobody's business because if my husband finds out I don't know what he'll do to me and my daughter. The solution I have is scary and I don't want to go through that route again. Please help me. I need double and less risky ideas. Y'all, could we please, for the love, not be that mom group where we post things like 1, what is this rash, and 2, my baby has a 107 degrees temp, what should I do? You all have pediatricians, yes, every single one has an off-hours on-call nurse. Facebook is worse than Dr. Google. Please stop with this nonsense. Girl, get your ass off Facebook and call the damn doctor. Act like you got some sense. Can we not tell people what to post? Weren't you on someone's post giving advice within the last 24 hours? Let me guess, you're qualified. Keep in mind not everyone wants to call or run to a doctor every time their kid has a fever or a rash. How unnecessary. We are mothers, we have intuition and brains, so we can think for ourselves. And no, not all of us have pediatricians, because we act on our own common sense. Mine's almost 4 and never been to one. You need someone to tell you how to treat your child. Good for you. Some of us would rather ask for reassurance and skip the nonsense. Girl, get your ass off that high horse and act like you got some manners. Other than breast milk, which is best, are there alternatives for baby formula? Ma'am, go to your pediatrician and not Facebook. Actually, other mothers are the best resource. Doctors don't know squat about things like that unless they're mothers too. Doctors read books. How do I convince my cousin who is dead set on a home birth to not do an at-home circumcision? Her husband is a dog breeder who crops ears and docks tails, so she thinks that he should be able to perform a circumcision just fine. This makes me very nervous for the baby. She believes it is fine, so I will be showing her these replies to prove to her that no, the duck, it is not. Holy shit. Please be a ducking joke. I just found drugs, not marijuana, in my daughter's room. She's going to be 18 in 2 weeks and is graduating in 3 weeks. She's going away to college. I have no idea what to do. Her grades are good and she works 5 days a week in addition to going to school. Her mood has been super shitty lately. This makes sense, but what do I do? How do I handle this? Her dad and I are still together, but he will not be able to discuss this reasonably. I'm afraid to tell him, but I'm more afraid for her. Her cousin died 2 years ago from fentanyl poisoning. Help. They may seem harsh, but I would go right down to the police station and show them what you found. I would also flip her room apart and keep looking for any more. You need to know who is supplying this to her. The police will talk to her and let her know the deadly facts. There's a lot of bad things out there. Local law enforcement could help you. Don't cut the cord. Don't cut the cord? I think I want to. When all the blood passed to my baby, I will do. Wait until placenta is birthed and after first breastfeed. Then ask baby if it's okay to separate them. It belongs to the baby and is the same as me cutting off your arm. I'm Gen X and I have a huge problem with how I'm left carrying the weight for millennials. For example, I'm 42 and my daughter is 22. She decided a while ago she does not want any kids. She's actually getting a procedure for sterilization next year. But those souls needing to come into our family for ancestral or karmic reasons still need to be born. So I'm stuck birthing and raising 2 babies who should have been born to her, but can't be, because she's too selfish to have kids. We joke how my 1.5-year-old girl, her sibling, is actually hers, but she just didn't want to have it. But deep down, it's not a joke. If she wasn't so selfish, I wouldn't have a toddler daughter right now. 10 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama asked the mom group and the mom group said, "Have you tried essential oils? I hear hyperactivity is a vaccine injury. I'm calling a CPS." Not sure if this can be asked or not, but how do you mamas shave your downstairs when you are 8.5 months pregnant? I can't see it, and I had to resort to asking my 3.5-year-old. She's mature for her age, but she was not enthusiastic about my request. Can someone please tell me what the appendix does? I'm in the peds emergency department and they were going to call CPS because I will not consent to their educated guess to remove my daughter's appendix. Any knowledge or support would be very much appreciated. My son going to be 2 in August and I still don't have a bond with him. He loves my husband more than me. When I was preggo with him, I wasn't excited at all. I never really held him as a baby or did anything. I did formula with him because I didn't want him on my boob. My son went to Florida for a month with my husband in Jan and I loved the house to myself. Not sure if I wasn't ready for kids or not. I'm preggo again and can't wait for my son to arrive. I already feel a special bond with him already. I'm having him next month. This baby I can't wait to hold him and everything. This baby I'm breastfeeding and can't wait. I feel like once my new son arrives I won't want to be around my other son much. I would want to take the new baby places. It's easier since he doesn't walk yet lol. So there I'm minding my business smoking my cigarette and I say hello to a man, probably officer, walking by to be nice. He just looks at me and shakes his head. Keeps walking, looks back, shakes his head again. Do you have something to say? Is it the tattoo / the fact I'm pregnant and smoking, all the above? Or are you just a douche? Please explain yourself so I can politely correct you. Pretty sure my 2 doctors are aware I'm smoking as I have with all my babies. Not because I'm a bad mom, but because I smoke instead of trying to quit and stress myself and body out while carrying. I just continue to do what I normally would. So please go be irritated at something else. My boyfriend and I have tried to have Shreks twice since my son was born. He always cries and we stop, and my boyfriend doesn't pressure me or anything. He asked me to just breastfeed the baby while we do our thing, but it feels odd. I feel uncomfortable. Not in a dirty way, just uncomfortable. I can't focus on us. Do any other ladies breastfeed while having Shreks? Help. I took my boys to the pediatrician today. My 7-year-old is severe and combined with odd and bipolar. He had a general med checkup. And my 1-year-old had his 1-year checkup. My 7-year-old said to the doctor, "Are you almost done? You're wasting time." So I lightly popped him in the mouth because his mouth is the problem. I did not hiss him hard at all and then got onto him and asked him why he was being disrespectful and told him the doctor is here to help them and told him not to disrespect her again. My 1-year-old right after came up and smacked my 7-year-old and my 7-year-old kicked him. I spanked my 7-year-old and asked him why he kicked him and said, "You don't kick him, he's a baby." Next thing I know, another nurse is coming in and taking my 1-year-old out of the room. A few minutes later, when we came out of the room, 2 nurses were coming out of another room with my 1-year and said we just got done changing his diaper. I'm so afraid they called DCFS. What was I supposed to do? Overlook that my 7-year-old just kicked a 1-year-old baby? Also, she pulled back my 1-year-old foreskin and I was told to never do that, so I freaked out. Hey moms, I have a situation. So me and my partner have 2 children and we live together. He pays for pretty much everything. Well, I pay for food. I bought a pizza and cooked it. It's a small pizza. So I cut it up and started portioning out the food to my kids. I sat down to eat and there were 2 small pieces left. My partner's child is at our house this weekend and he never provided food for the child. It's always my food. With food cost going up so high, I'm on a strict budget and don't feel like I'm always having to pay for her food. He should provide food for his child. This has been an ongoing issue. Mind you, me and my children finished the pizza after what was given to them. I'm not trying to be an ass, but the child can eat. I work hard for the food I provide for my children. Oh, and he wasn't hungry, so I wasn't feeding him either. He yelled at me and told me I will need him before he needs me. Am I wrong? Advise, please be kind. Cost of gas and food has been a huge stress on me. My friend recently had a C-section and she is over the moon about her baby, but how do I tell her that she's not a mum because she didn't give birth? You're not a real mum unless you gave vaginal birth to it. So yesterday I had to run to the grocery store for some medicine, but my 3-year-old was napping, so I told my 4-year-old to watch him while I was gone. Anyways, my husband was so mad at me because we live on the main highway and such. My question is, does he have a right to be mad at me? PS, everything was fine when I got home. I was only gone for 1 hour. What can I do to make sure my baby is on the smaller side? My first was 6 pounds 14 ounces and I just loved tiny babies. I'm afraid my second might be bigger. Yikes. I don't want big chubby baby. Nothing bigger than 7 pounds at least. Is there something I can do to ensure this kid won't be too big? Obsessed with this woman who recently free birthed in the ocean. Here are my maternity photos I promised to share. I wasn't stung once. The queen is tethered to my belly inside of a cage. We just dumped the bees on me and they naturally began to beard. I was terrified as I'm allergic. Whelps that last 4 weeks. Don't worry, this was approved by my doc, but it was worth it. This is roughly 10,000 bees. Spray bottle full of water. As horrible as this is going to sound, I've done it. My family refused to listen to me when I said to stop kissing my son, so I bought a spray bottle, filled it with water, and started spraying them. It's a bit unconventional, but I assure you it works. Is it weird to still be nursing my 54-month-old? They're almost 55 months old, if that makes a difference. When should I stop? Why are you still counting age in months? Let's play a game. Magic happens and one anime character can become alive. Which character do you choose? Featured comment. Max Nutty. What's stopping you from coding like this? Pick a girl on guy's lap. Me. A restraining order. If you want to be featured in the next video, use hashtag dankness.